Beloved, I speak to you now with a heart full of compassion and urgency because there is a call waiting for you, a call that seems innocent, even necessary, but it carries the power to reopen a wound in your spirit that I have already tended with my healing hands. You may be tempted to answer, to reach out, to reconnect, because your heart longs for closure, understanding, or perhaps reconciliation, but hear me clearly, some bridges were meant to be burned, not rebuilt, some chapters were meant to be closed, not rewritten. The enemy knows your weakness in this moment of vulnerability, and is using this call as a weapon disguised in the familiar, a trap cloaked in the voice of someone who once brought pain or confusion. Returning this call will not bring the peace you seek. Instead, it will stir up old fears, reopen scars you thought were sealed, and invite spiritual turmoil that I have already quieted in your soul. I have walked with you through the valley of healing, gathering your broken pieces and restoring them with the oil of my presence and the balm of my promises. The silence you are feeling, the space between you and that voice, is not abandonment, it is protection, a sacred boundary I have placed to keep you safe from being pulled back into a cycle of hurt. When the enemy sees you reaching for that call, he celebrates because he knows that your breakthrough depends on your ability to resist temptation, to stand firm in the healing I have provided, and to trust me enough to let go of what no longer serves your divine destiny. I am asking you now to be strong, to resist the urge to reopen wounds that have been sealed by my grace, and to walk forward with confidence that what was taken from you is being replaced by what I have prepared. There is a new season waiting for you, one that requires your spirit to be whole, unburdened by past pains or unfinished conversations. You were never meant to carry those old wounds into your future. Instead, you are called to embrace freedom, to live in peace, and to let my healing flow through every part of you. The call you are being warned against is not just a phone ringing in your ear, it is a spiritual invitation to revisit a place where I have already brought restoration. Don't answer it. Instead, answer me. Lean into my presence, hold on to my promises, and trust that I am opening new doors that no enemy can close, new paths that lead to abundant life and divine favor. Your healing is sacred, and I will not allow anything or anyone to steal it from you again. Understand, beloved, that the call you feel drawn to return is more than just a voice on the other end of a line. It is a doorway to a past filled with unresolved pain and spiritual entanglements that I have already begun to untangle for you. The enemy is cunning, knowing exactly where your vulnerabilities lie, and he uses familiar voices to pull you back into a place where chains once held you captive. Returning this call would not only reopen a wound but also risk allowing old spirits of confusion, fear, and doubt to infiltrate the sanctuary I have built within your heart. Remember the nights when you cried out to me, begging for relief from the heaviness that once burdened your soul. I was there, gently leading you through the process of forgiveness, release, and restoration, mending what was broken and making you whole again. That process was not just a temporary fix, it was a divine healing that reset your spiritual foundation, making you stronger and more resilient. Yet, this healing is delicate and must be guarded fiercely, for the enemy's aim is to disrupt it before you can fully embrace the fullness of the new life I am bringing. I know the temptation to seek answers, to explain what happened, or to rekindle what once was, but your future is not in the hands of what caused your pain, it is in my hands, hands that are capable of building something far greater than you have ever imagined. I am calling you to trust me deeply and to resist the urge to reach back into the past, because doing so will only delay the promises I have prepared. There are blessings waiting on the other side of your obedience, blessings that require your heart to be free from the burdens of yesterday. When you choose not to return that call, you are choosing to honor the healing I have given you, to protect your peace, and to step fully into the destiny I have planned. Know that I am working behind the scenes, orchestrating connections and opportunities that align with my will for your life, connections that will not bring pain but joy, not confusion but clarity. This is a sacred time of spiritual protection, and your obedience in this moment is a powerful act of faith that will open doors to your breakthrough. So when the phone rings and the familiar voice tempts you, remember that it is not just a call, it is a test. And you are stronger than any test because I have made you whole and I have called you to walk in freedom. Let your heart be anchored in my truth, and refuse to reopen wounds that I have already healed. Instead, look ahead with hope and confidence, knowing that the best is yet to come and that your path forward is illuminated by my love and grace. As you continue to walk forward, it is essential to recognize that every step away from that call is a step deeper into the freedom and fullness I have ordained for you. Your journey toward healing has been a sacred process, one that required patience, courage, and unwavering faith even when the scars within felt too heavy to bear. Remember the countless moments when you felt weak, overwhelmed by the weight of past hurts, and yet you chose to rise because my spirit whispered hope into your soul. That same spirit now urges you to guard your heart vigilantly, for the enemy is relentless in his attempts to steal what I have restored. Returning that call would reopen not just old wounds, but the spiritual doors through which the enemy can slip in to bring confusion, despair, and division where peace and unity have been established. The healing I have done in your life was no accident. It was a deliberate act of divine restoration designed to equip you with the strength to face your future without the baggage of yesterday's pain. You were never meant to carry that burden forever. Instead, you were called to lay it down, to surrender it fully into my hands, and to walk forward as a testament to my redeeming power. The enemy is aware that your progress threatens his hold on your destiny, so he uses familiar voices to lure you back into the cycles that once held you captive. But you are stronger now. Your spirit is fortified with wisdom and resilience earned through trials and refined by grace. I have surrounded you with angels to protect you from spiritual attack, and my word is a shield that defends you against the lies meant to ensnare you. This season is about your advancement, about stepping into the fullness of your calling without looking back. When temptation comes disguised as a simple phone call, remember it is a test of your faith and a measure of your obedience. Choosing to not answer is an act of trust that I am working all things together for your good, even when the path is unclear or the silence feels heavy. Your obedience will birth blessings that cannot be measured by worldly standards, blessings that will overflow into every area of your life. I am preparing a harvest for you, and it requires that you keep your heart guarded and your eyes fixed on the promises I have made. Do not allow the enemy to rob you of your peace or to fracture the healing I have worked so diligently to complete within you. Stand firm, beloved, knowing that the path I have set before you is one of restoration, joy, and divine favor. You have already overcome, and this moment is the culmination of a journey that was never meant to be easy but was always meant to be victorious. Now, as you stand on the brink of a new chapter, hear this with unwavering clarity. The call you are tempted to return is not a doorway to reconciliation but a gateway back into the pain and spiritual bondage I have already set you free from. This moment is a crossroads, and your choice will define the trajectory of your healing and your destiny. I have walked beside you through the darkest nights and lifted you out of despair with my unfailing love and grace, and I am calling you to honor that journey by refusing to reopen wounds that would only bleed anew. The enemy's tactics are cunning and persistent, but they are no match for the power of obedience and faith working in your life. When you choose silence over response, when you guard your heart instead of exposing it to old hurts, you create space for my blessings to flow unimpeded. This call is a test of your commitment to the new life I am building within you, a life marked by peace, purpose, and divine favor. The healing I have performed is not fragile. It is a fortress built to withstand attacks and withstand the storms that come your way. You are stronger than you realize, not because of your own strength, but because of the Spirit who empowers you. The moment you resist the urge to pick up that phone, you declare victory over the past and open the door wide for the future I have prepared. There are new relationships, fresh opportunities, and unprecedented breakthroughs on the horizon, and they require a heart free from the shackles of yesterday's pain. Trust me to bring the right connections at the right time, connections that will not wound but will uplift, not confuse but clarify, not drain but energize. Your obedience today will ripple through your life in ways you cannot yet see, establishing a foundation for lasting peace and abundant joy. I am with you every step of the way, guarding your heart and guiding your steps with a love that never fails. So stand firm, beloved, and resist the call that threatens to undo the healing I have so tenderly crafted in you. Your future is radiant, your path is secure, and your victory is assured because you have chosen to walk in my truth and my light. Remember this always: what the enemy meant for harm, I will turn for your good, and what seems like a closed door now is the gateway to a new and glorious season ordained by heaven itself.